Good morning. Now it's been 10 months since I've done a bike review video. This is the next one and I'm quite excited. I should have been really excited because this was going to be an Orbea D2D, their new e-gravel bike. But what they've actually sent is an Orbea Gain M10i. At least that's what it says on the box. Now, the first thing should be pointed out is just how immense the box is. It is 2.4 meters long and 1.5 meters high. I hope all of you who follow my vlog, where I usually go on long adventures on my bike, I hope you're going to put up with me being a bit excited. We're going to go on long adventures on this Gain instead. In some ways, the fact that I don't have the D2D isn't such a bad thing because the Gain is suited for fantastic long days in a saddle, obviously on the road, which means I'm not going to be packing all of my camping gear with me and going off on multi-day adventures. I'll be going out on day rides. And the reason why that is probably better is because, well, this morning we were in A&E and Mrs. Yakko's broken her arm. So it's not really a good thing if I headed off for a week, leaving Mrs. Yakko to tend the farm by herself. So I think it's going to be day rides, but we're going to try and find some really magnificent climbs and mountains to test this fabulous, well, I hope it's fabulous. I haven't reviewed it yet, but it's going to be fabulous. This fabulous Orbea Gain. So shall we delve inside and see what they've sent? The box looks to be the first time that's been opened. And normally on some of the demo bikes I've received, it's fairly obvious that they've done the rounds a little. So I don't know if this is an absolutely brand new bike or whether it's a demo bike that's been out before. But this is our first glimpse of it. It looks to be mint green. Let's see if we can wheel it out. The nice thing about these enormous boxes is that the bike comes almost complete and there's very little left for us to do. Oh, it does look very nice. Oh, that's a beauty. That is a beautiful bike. It is saying Dura Ace everywhere. It's got Pirelli race P1s, is that what they're called? P0s. On it they look about 28 mils. Now, somewhere at the back of that box, over 2 meters away, looks to be a box of all the gubbins. All of the chargers and whatnots. Quite how I'm going to get in there. I'll have to send one of the cats in to go and get it. I've been fighting to keep the cats out of the box already. The chargers, etc. I would have thought. So an active charger, which is something we need to talk about because it is 4 amps, which makes it speedy, much faster than the previous Gain, which was a 2 amp charger. Oh, this is the infamous, sorry, but it is infamous, front light mount. Now, what I'm hoping is that it is an improvement on the one that people have been talking about, because the one that people talk about, this is mounted with this is the Pulsar 1 display by the looks of it, so it fits on like a Garmin, but it's specific to the Mahle X20 system. I'll put that back on in a moment. But you can see it's a Garmin mount. It's got a day running light on the end of it. But the trouble that people have found with it is that it snaps off just across the neck here when you try and put a normal sized Garmin on there. I don't know if this is the same as that. The ones that I remember seeing actually had an exposed cable down here, so we'll see. There'll be people who are watching this who can tell me, is this the normal one? We'll find out soon. but it has actually been quite controversial, just a front light mount, because it breaks. And if you pay as much as you're paying for a bike like this bike costs, I think, £10,000 new. You would expect the front mount, seeing as it is actually an integrated, it's the actual stem, the handlebar mount bracket as well. It's an integral part of the bike. It snaps off. I'm hoping this is something new. If it isn't, Orbea, come on, you know this has been a problem for years. And if this is the fix, then apologies and well done. I thought I'd just show you this because for a lot of people, myself included, this is the rarest thing you can possibly imagine. This is brand new. It hasn't been used before. There's not a trace of use on it at all. It's got carbon rims. I'll tell you what they are later. This, you should know, is just an unboxing. A first impressions video. I will be thoroughly going through this bike. It's a bike that I've been dreaming of for years, since it came out in 23. It looks to be such an outstanding bit of kit and a definite upgrade on the old X35 game, which I have. We are going to be comparing the two. We have to, don't we? But this has taken quite a simple device. The X35 Gain is a very basic e-bike. It works wonderfully. I've done tens of thousands of kilometers on mine. But this is a huge advance. This is an intelligent bike. They make a lot about AI. I don't think it's AI. They do say there's AI elements to it. I think it's more machine learning, if that's the difference. The first thing I had to do, of course, was just pick it up. I did this when they sent me the Orbea Orca. I just picked it up just to move around this room, and I just stopped because it was the lightest bike, probably by 50% that I'd ever picked up. This is the lightest e-bike I've ever picked up. Do you know, actually, I think it might be equal. It's 11.9 kilos. It's probably a little bit more because it's still got the cardboard on it. Let's get the cardboard off it. Okay, so there it is, unpacked. I've just switched it on as well. I was surprised to find that it has got 100% battery charge already, which means, of course, we're good to go. So we're going to head off immediately on it and see how it feels first ride. So a couple of things I've also done. I've plugged it into the My Smart Bike app, which I already had for my game, and it has confirmed that it is absolutely brand new. It's got 0 kilometers. It's never been charged before. I'm going to give it a full charge just to be absolutely certain it's topped up. But it's very nice. So my first impressions is it's very nice. Look at this thing. Now, I don't know how you are with dropped seat stays. I actually like a traditional look. i.e. the seat stay here attaches to the top of this seat tube rather than down here. Now, the point of that was to give more compliance, but it's less necessary on a compact frame. So already the top tube is angled down, so instead of meeting level up here somewhere, which means that the seat post here up is quite rigid, it's already dropped. The whole thing is dropped. So to drop it further, I don't think it's particularly necessary, and we wouldn't feel it. Not on a road bike. Maybe on a gravel it would be a better idea to give a bit more compliance, they call it, but they're talking comfort really. And you'll notice, of course, that it's got a running light on the back and one on the front as well. I haven't figured out yet whether you can turn this off and this one to flashing, which would be my preferred configuration. But these things will come. by the end of these videos you'll know everything there is to know about this bike, I promise. Right, it's ready to go. It's I haven't quite got it set up exactly as I want. I'm a little bit unsure about these bars because they look to be well, they're riser bars, which I'm not used to, and it's also quite high. The stem is quite set a bit higher than I normally would, but I can't really adjust that just now because I'm really keen to go for a ride on it. So we're going to go up quite a decent hill. I could almost show you it. It's just over there. It's about 5 kilometers away. It's about 5 kilometers long, and it maxes out about 9%, but I really do it a lot. So first impressions are going to be, does this climb better than my X35 gain? So let's go and find out. It is a lovely thing to look at. Let's look at it again. Oh, another thing I'm not too sure about is this Physic Antares saddle. It's a little bit narrower than I'm used to, but it's got a cutout. It's got one of the best reviews of saddles. It's been going for so long in different iterations. This is a carbon barred version, so it should be, well, let's find out. Let's find out if it's comfy. Well, there's a wow factor already. I'm about 50 meters into the ride. I haven't got the assist on. It is considerably easier to ride already without the assist than on my gain. I don't know whether that's a drag factor or whether it's I don't know whether it's the lightness. I don't know, but it is definitely easier to ride without the assist. It really rolls well. It rolls really well. I actually thought I'd put the power on assist level 1. Couldn't really see the indicator light on the top tube, and I thought that's a demerit. I can't tell on a sunny day what level I'm in, what level of assist I'm in, and it's because I hadn't turned the system on, or rather it was on, but it was in assist level 0, which is a sort of a white light. But as soon as you do turn it on, well, even in the lowest level of assist, the way it's currently set up, the factory settings, it's too much for level 1, and by that I mean it's very nice, it's lovely to have that amount of assist, but you don't really need it. You just need a little hint just to get past this headwind, and it's always better to try and preserve your battery for when you need it. And headwind, you don't really need it on the outward leg. You can just use it to warm up with, really, can't you? So yeah, I'll be turning that down a bit. The next thing I was expecting was for the motor to be a little bit noisier than the X35, because that's what I'd heard from lots of people. And so far, at least, in level 1, it's definitely no louder. So we're getting closer to the start of the climb, and then we'll be able to put it through its paces more properly. Very impressed. And you could also see that top tube light is perfectly bright enough. So it's in level 1, which is green, and you can see that the bar goes all the way to the very top. The green light goes all the way to the top, which shows that we've got a full battery. So another thing I'm noticing is that the assist cuts off at a higher speed. It feathers out. So the official maximum is 25 kilometers an hour. On the old gain, it would turn off altogether at about 25.5, 25.6. And if you had it in the maximum assist, it felt like someone was throwing an anchor out. With this one, the power feathers its way out, it grades out, it slowly reduces all the way up to just about 27 kilometers an hour, which makes for a much more natural feel. Sorry to keep chatting to you. I'm noticing a lot straight away. The acceleration, power on or off, actually mostly off when I started, was a lot quicker. And I've always been a little bit skeptical as to the how important the weight of components are. simply because with the weight of me on it, I'd think that everything would be cancelled out, and many times over cancelled out. But it's not actually true. This is a light bike. It also has carbon wheels, and I think that's why it is taking off the mark really quickly, really nicely, without a lot of effort from me. Right, we're on the climb now. It's just about 4%, not much. But I've just popped it up into the middle level just because I fancied it. I don't need it at all. It is quite a lot more powerful, but it also makes a bit more noise. But the noise is quite unusual. It's like maybe a flock of seagulls cawing. Doesn't sound like an electric motor. That's us on a 8% section in the middle assist level. So as you could hear, it's not very loud. Really was expecting it to be noisier from what people were saying. So it's about 7% now, and it will just go up to 9 in about 100 meters time. So the biggest gear on the back of this bike is a 30 tooth. I'm used to a 32. I'm also used to going up here in second, so I think that is a 30 tooth cog, my second gear, so it should be largely equivalent in that way. But what's very different is the amount of power I've got in level 2. This is definitely easier. So still on 7. I'll see if I can still be talking to you at 9, just to add to the complication. And to the people who watch my vlog, I said I wouldn't do this too often, but for the people who don't follow me, I've had a heart attack and I'm on beta blockers, which make my heart beat very, very slowly, which means that I get out of puff very, very quickly. But here I am now, and we are on 9 now, and I'm talking to you. And we've got an extra level of assistance in the bank should we need it. I'm in first gear. I'm doing 9 kilometers an hour, and this was one of the things I always wondered about with a hub motor. If it had more power, would it get as laggy as my X35, which when doing 7-9 kilometers an hour, even in maximum assist, doesn't give you very much power, just because of the way it's made, because of the way the motor is wound with its copper windings. It's more effective and efficient spinning along nearer 20 kilometers an hour, not at 7 or 9. I'm still doing 9.6 in fact, so I've sped up a little. This isn't hard. It's a good workout. If I wanted it to be more of a workout, I could always turn the assist down to 1. This is easier. This is definitely easier. I'm liking this bike. Always welcome. The top. I'm tempted to carry on, but I think I'm going to be sensible and just show you what it's like on a descent. Just thought I'd show you the gain where it belongs, up in the mountains, making mincemeat of pretty decent climbs. I just went a little bit over the crest because this bit is steeper, so I wanted to see what it was like. Big headwind. there we go. That was a lovely first ride, ever so short, but really enjoyable. The descent was interesting. It does feel very good, but it feels much more like the Orca does on a descent than the older Gain. The older Gain really is very good. It's really set on the road. You don't feel any twitchiness. You can go round bends, just sweep round them. Both the Orca and this Gain are much twitchier, much lighter, and that's all very well, but actually I prefer being absolutely nailed on. And this is light. This is really like that Orbea Orca I tried out, which weighed 6.7 kilos. And you'd have to say that's quite an accolade for a nearly 12 kilo e-bike. Anyway, that was a great ride. I'm looking forward to doing some much longer and more challenging rides on this bike, and at the end of it there will be, as usual, a full rider's review of the Orbea Gain M10i. But until then, thanks for watching.